Well, hello guys, welcome to episode 78 of Gottne Till I Die, the series where we're trying to take the tiny club of Gottne IF to the top of Swedish football. Last season we finished 5th, which was not bad at all, or 4th, just out of the places we wanted to finish. It was a decent season, not quite as good as the season before it, which was a little disappointing. We had a very poor centre part to the season, and that was because we were in Europe. And we were having to play an awful lot of games, one after the other, which made it very, very tricky for us to get anywhere. So we had a poor period, and the size of squad didn't help us. So we've gone through the transfer window, and I'll show you first of all what we've done transfer-wise. So let's just have a little look at the released players. Sigurpalsson, our good mate, Ari Sigurpalsson. I mean, he doesn't look a terrible player, does he? I'm sad to see him go, but he will do a job somewhere. Great player. And Anil Ahmedovich, thank God he's gone, because I couldn't say his name. He's 33. He was slowing down an awful lot. We really saw it in the last season. He struggled to keep up with people. Players who have come in, all transfers. So we've got 4 transfers in. You can see we've spent some money. I'm fairly happy with what we've done. First one in, Wennerström. We needed a centre back, and this is a free transfer Swedish centre back. He looks the business. Not quite slow enough to be a worry. He's not the fastest, but he's got all the technical aspects that he might want for a centre back, and he's also mentally very strong as well. So I'm pretty happy with him. He looks a decent player. Dives into tackles, probably not the greatest thing for him to have, but we haven't noticed that yet. Azari left us on loan. We wanted to replace him. I decided not to go back for Azari. I went for a different player, and this is this lad Hallberg, who is a 3-star rated player, very, very fast, who can dribble. He looks like he can do a decent job on that right side. Got bravery, which is an interesting attribute for a winger, but I will absolutely... very brave and not very aggressive. Some of these things are going to be a bit of an issue, but maybe not so much for when he is on that side. And it's the pace, the stamina, all these things that are very good. His first touch isn't great, and that will let him down a bit. But I think he's going to be a very, very good backup. So we needed a little bit of backup at left back. We had all sorts of issues there last season, so we brought this lad in, John Ryden, who is not great, but we spent a little bit of money on him. He's fairly cheap contract wise, and I think he can do a job. He's more of a defensive left back than a player who's going to get forward, so depending on who we're playing, we might just slot him in there. But he's only 21, which I think he's going to improve, which is nice to see. Needed something up top, didn't we? We found that last time. So Hallberg can play up top, so that is an option. But we brought in this lad on loan, who I think looks a lot better potentially in his 3-star ability. First touch, finishing, dribbling, 14, 15, 16. That looks pretty good. Passing's not great, but everywhere you want him to be fairly good, he is fairly good. So I'm pleased with that. You can see he has been scoring goals. The last signing, and this is the big one, £220,000. I did not think that I was going to make this signing, but I ended up just doing it from Cotton Sport from Cameroon. Jean Nzugang, who is a 4.5-star player. I think that's primarily for his physical attributes. I mean, he's got pace 16, stamina 16, strength 14, balance 16. Look at that. That looks very nice. I think technically he's not great, but he's going to be a destructive midfielder, which we don't really have that. I mean, Tinnerholm is not that player. I think he could be good. Look at the aggression and the bravery. I mean, that's almost partly why I just wanted to sign him. Just every single game, you have everyone looking composed and he's aggressive. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's already on 2 yellow cards, but he's also got 2 Player of the Match awards. So I think he's going to be... We finally got someone to rotate Tinnerholm with, which is a scary concept. So a look at the schedule, how things have gone. You see it's gone pretty well up to now. We had some friendlies, some decent results in the friendlies. Red Bull Salzburg, we defeated them 1-0, which is pretty damn good. In the Swedish Cup, we beat Elfsborg 3-2. This was closer than it should have been. Goals from Krebs, Nzugang, which was a cracker, and Kanstrup with a goal. Then Linkoping City, 3-1 win against them. Camp, Kanstrup and Nagash with the goals. Sylvia, we were already looking very good at this point. Halberg and Krebs, lots of different goal scorers. And we'll just move straight on. So we have played in the quarterfinals of the Cup against Malmo. This was a great result, played really well. Krebs with the goal. Unfortunately, Nielsen went off injured. He's out for about a month. So that's not great, but we do have Ali and we do have Diallo who can play on that right side. So it's not the end of the world. And you'll see we've drawn Hadjuk Split in the Euro Cup 2 second round knockout leg. We played the first leg already just because I wanted to go through the signings and everything, and I thought we've played them already in the group stages, if you don't remember, last season to get to here. And we got a worse result than we did in the group stages. They scored a cracking free kick right at the end, but yeah, I felt a little bit hard done by that. We were 1-0 up, looking fairly comfortable, goal from Kanstrup. So I'm not too worried about this game. In the second game, if we can win it 1-0, we're through. Let's go and do it. Hopefully win it 1-0. Obviously, there are huge issues with... oh no, we've got snow on the pitch. Yeah, there's huge issues with getting the right... getting enough players registered because of the way the season works. You sort of halfway through the season, you make your signings at your transfer window, but it coincides with the start or the end of the group stages. So you've only got a potential to bring 3 players in within the closed season. So I brought in 4 or 5 players. Some have left, but I can only bring in 3 into the squad. So we're a little bit reduced in that respect. SodaStream is out injured, so we've basically got the entirety of the players that we can play on the either on the pitch or on the bench. And the team we're going with is Kanstrup and Krebs up top. They look pretty good together. Henningsen's on the right, Camp on the left. I'm looking forward to being able to rotate the guy on the right with Henningsen. Samare is just ahead of Tinnerholm. So yeah, unfortunately the African lad, couldn't bring him in because I signed him after the deadline. And then we've got Stenison, Widerstrom and Bilderbrick and Diallo across the back line with Benediktsson in goal. The other issue you're going to have 4 players that have trained at the club, which, so from being young. Now, I think we all realise that I have the training abilities in this club of I don't know, an ice rink. If oh god, yeah. So we weren't able to train anyone up. We've had no decent youth prospects either that have come through, which is a little bit disappointing. What we have done recently, and you'll be interested to know this, is we have finally managed to increase the training facilities. That's happening at the minute for a little bit of money. Those are being improved. They're up to basic, I think. And we are also, with the big chunk of money that we've got, improving youth recruitment. So let's see if we can get some more money here, because if we can get through this one, we will get, I think, £200,000 or something like that, which would not be a bad thing to get. Samari into Krebs. Krebs, I mean, we should be pretty used to playing in this weather, but I guess Croatia's a snowy place as well. So Samare, just off the bar. Good start though. Very good start. We're going to go positive, and we've again got it out here. Forsblom is not playing on that side, but we've got Kenstrup, who he looks a decent player. I mean, he's learning from the rest of them that they just have to shoot all the time, which is not necessarily what I want of them, but let's see what we can do. I think we certainly deserved, at the moment, over the way we've played, we certainly don't deserve to be behind I mean, today we've been quite outstanding. They've really struggled to deal with us. Henningsen, you know what he's going to do. He's going to bloody shoot. Of course he is. Right, just a second, Henningsen. Just a second, sir. I've got to do it again. Shoot less often. Okay. But you forced me to it, mate. You forced me to it. I mean, that's... Can you just cross, man? Although last time I did this, it was pretty much useless. He was, it was just didn't pay any attention to anything I said. Just shooting from anywhere still. But here we go. It's a decent start to the game. Well, that's... I didn't know what was going on there. Tinnerholm in the end just puts it wide, but their defenders just missed it. We are on key highlights, which is interesting. This is nothing but highlights, it seems. And another opportunity, and we just miss out on that one as well. So some great chances for us, but you can't help feel you probably want to start putting these in the back of the net, don't you? We're going to try working the ball into the box, see if we can create a few more chances. So taking that shoot on sight off, because we are creating the chances nicely. I don't want Henningsen to just keep shooting from anywhere he can get his paws to. I don't really like the snow on the pitch. It doesn't look particularly great, does it? It looks like there's clouds on the pitch. Yeah, there it is. It's Krebs. It's 1-0. I mean, that's been coming very, very well deserved. So we're 1-0 up. Krebs, who's had a very good start to the season. I hope this can continue. He finished the season well as also. We're gonna do exactly that. We're just gonna try and build chances rather than just create them out of long shots. So we've had a few long shots and we've not managed to actually get them in. And there's Kanstrup. You've seen him strike first time, his fourth of the season as well. He's been banging them in. Look how this is our stadium. Look at all the green everywhere. It's so cool. So what we've done is we've taken it 3-2 lead now. So they do need to score. Well, this maybe. This is a real chance. Bulic. And that, I mean, it was never going anywhere else. It was the perfect position. Disappointing. First chance for them, really. And what I have noticed is we are a bit susceptible to conceding goals from not too many chances, which I don't know whether this points to defensive issues, but Henningsen with a goal there, very nice at the far post, so 3 clear-cut chances. But we are conceding a few goals. Now, I wonder whether that's I did consider changing the goalkeeper. There was the AIK goalkeeper became available, who would have been better than what we had. Oh, it's just gone through us. Katic. The itch has moved somewhere very different. Diallo. And it's back to Benedictson. And here we go. Now Diallo, I think he is developing into a decent right back. And it's Krebs there just over the top. Well, the ball went over the top. He was on target with that. And Campy, player I do like a lot. I mean, he's been utterly brilliant, hasn't he, Camp, since he's been here. Can't click on him. Not allowed to. I think if I was to do a best 11, I think Camp would certainly be in that best 11 of my time here, as would Tinnerholm. Diallo here. It's into Henningsen. Oh, it's just wide from Samari. I mean, he's someone with a decent shot. A great start. Great half of football that was. Can we just take another goal just to keep us? Because if we concede again, we're then behind again, aren't we? But here we go. I mean, I don't know what that was. Steinerson into the new centre back. Samari, ball over the top. Straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Lausic. I imagine that's why he's got a ball itch. Oh, it's Dude at centre back. Oh, wondrous. Oh, Dude abides. Right, 64 minutes on. Camp has not been that great, so we are going to bring Forsblom on, who's not done a lot so far this season, but last season he was a good alternative, so we'll see what he can provide this time round. Diallo into Samare. Around the corner, Henningsen. Oh, straight into the goalkeeper's hand. Krebs, you could have had 10 goals today. Maybe that's slight hyperbole, but, you know, not too much. Forsblom. Ball over the top. Oh, he has got one there, and they didn't deal with that very well. Krebs on goal number 5 this season, which is brilliant so far. He's hardly played any games. Right, Kanstrup is looking a bit knackered, so we're going to take him off as soon as we get the opportunity. But Diallo is running forward. Ball is into Henningsen, and can we surprise everyone with another goal? No, we can't. Build a brick. He's back to the goalkeeper. We are going to make that substitution now. I'm going to bring Paul on for the last few minutes. I mean, he's someone you can rely on just 100%. He's 34 now. I think he's going to get a lot less games this season, which is a sad state of affairs. But you know, he's of an age where he can't really do what we want him to do. Diallo overruns the ball, but he's nobody there. And who's that? Kanstrup heads it. Last action of the game, and he heads it on to Forsblom heads him onto Kanstrup, and it's Kanstrup who gets the goal on his last action of the game. As he's going to go off, and his mate Paul is going to come on. Really good game of football here. Let me know what you think. Let me think of the new signings. Are they all that? I mean, you haven't really seen most of them. Anderson's going to come on for Build a Brick now. No point trying. That's an over enthusiastic back heel, wasn't it? Diallo, and it's out for a corner. So another chance. Forsblom. It looks like a penalty. Just went down. It's a penalty. So there's 2 people on a hat trick. Who's going to take it? It's Krebs, and he gets his hat trick. So I did say he could get a hat trick, and he's managed to. And yeah, so well, his mate actually isn't on the pitch, so that's why he didn't get to take it. But very, very good. I was slightly worried by the first game, but I mean, we've certainly put them to the sword there, a lot better than we did in the group stages, which is really pleasing to see. Right then, so let's so we went into the second knockout stages. Kanstrup's out. That's a bit of a bugger, isn't it? 3 to 6 weeks. That's not ideal. How long until the season starts? It's not too bad, is it? If he's only out for 3 weeks, he might only miss the first few games, maybe, but it's hard to be sure, isn't it? Also, yeah, we've got a game against Norrköping coming up next. I'm not going to show you that. And in the semi-finals, but £300,000, that's not too bad, is it? Not too bad at all. And we, as you can see, we're hemorrhaging money, but this is because we've been spending it. But we've, if we get £300,000 come in, that's going to work well for us. We've still got £1 million in the transfer budget, but that won't last, will it? Right then. So we're going to watch these other ones be played, and we'll see if they've got a draw, because it'll be interesting to see who we have got in the next round. New record for gate receipts, £90,000. That really sums up how much we're making. Really, it's nothing. We've got the Euro Cup semi-final draws. I mean, that's a little bit. Right, here we go. So we're going to draw the quarterfinals. I didn't realise we were quite this far on with it, but let's have a look. So potentially we can play. I'm an AAB, Brøndby, AZ Alkmaar, Real Hispalis. I don't know who they are. Is that a Real Betis? It's just like a funny name for them. Bâle, Vålerenga, and Monaco. Now, Monaco are clearly the best side in here. AZ Alkmaar are going to be a tough one as well. And Real Betis, obviously, going to be a hard one. So, let's see who we'd get. I'd take anyone other than those three. So, Vålerenga, we would take that. That's a draw. They get Brøndby. AZ Alkmaar, go on, get Monaco. Yes! Yeah, get those two out of the way. So, either Bâle or AAB. Bâle will take that one. We've got Bâle. Now, they're a decent side. I mean certainly they're not a bad side, and maybe in comparison to AAB, well, wouldn't have been as quite as easy. But you feel it's not impossible. In comparison, maybe to. Let's have a look. What time are we on? We've got 22 minutes on. Let's just have a little look at comparatively. That's a 3-star team, and we smashed them, sort of. In the group stages, no, it's a 2.5-star team, a 3-star team. So this will be a step up. This will be definitely Sion, 3-star team. Yeah, so it is going to be a big step up for us, which will be a challenge. Will absolutely be a challenge for us. But what I'm fairly excited for, actually, I think that could be a fun thing. I mean, a European quarterfinal is not something I expected to be saying that we might be involved in with Gottne, but here we are. We could be involved in a Swedish Cup final as well if we play our cards right. So let's see how we get on. We'll probably come back for that one as the next game. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? And hopefully we will be able to show you some decent results. I mean, that first game is a very hard one. We'll stick with the European Cup for now, because if we can get through that, you look at that. I mean, you think AZ and Monaco, the winner's probably going to come from there, but you know that we could beat them, both of those, depending on who wins that. I mean, Real Hispalis, we could probably beat them. Yeah, Monaco are clearly the favourites here. We will see how we do against this team, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you next time for a European Cup quarter final. Oh, can you believe it? See you then. Bye-bye.